Hey guys, my name is Summer Cutshaw. I'm from Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee. So I would say that my climate story really began when I was very young. My dad was a park ranger, and so I spent a lot of time outside as a kid running around, riding my bikes with my siblings, or playing in the stream, or just hiking on hiking trails. And we loved to spend our time doing that because of a lot of the values our father instilled in us. But I didn't have much appreciation for nature beyond don't litter. That's important and all, but there's so much more out there that I wanted to contribute to the solution instead of being part of the problem. So I also grew up going to church camp, which was really, really important to me as I grew up. I really learned to see God in nature there, and that was one of the first and most important connections that I made between my faith and creation around me, was that God was in the trees, in the water, in the mountains, in really every aspect of nature that I saw, and that resonated really deeply with me from an early age. But I still never had this responsibility to steward the earth and to really, as a Christian, do more than, again, not contributing to a problem. So after my freshman year of college, I actually came back to this camp as a counselor for the summer. It was kind of a last minute thing, something I thought would really be fun to do. I didn't expect any life-changing experience out of it for sure, but one of the first couple of weeks that I was there, we had high school students coming in, and we were going to lead social justice issue conversations with these students. So as the nature lover, the residential nature lover, I was asked to lead a conversation on environmental justice. And I thought that I would really know a lot about this and do a really good job of leading the group. So I introduced it, and really the students took it away. I had such a minimal understanding of the bigger picture of what was going on, and they shared with me their vast knowledge of environmental issues and climate issues. They shared with me their personal experiences that they had had, or their heart for the problem, and other people suffering that they had seen as a result of this problem, and their solutions, which were mind-blowing that they would have at such a young age. And just the passion that they had really ignited a passion within me that I don't know that I would have ever seen without this experience of talking to these younger people. I would say that was the beginning of a calling that God had on my life, and I've been trying to live that out ever since then. Basically just learning everything that I can, making connections between the things that I'm seeing, the science that I'm hearing, personal experiences from other people, and what actions need to be taken in response to that. So when I got back to school that fall, this was the beginning of my sophomore year, I decided to change my major from an English major to a biology major. This was really scary for me. I didn't have a lot of experience in high school with science, and I actually went into college as an English major thinking, whew, I don't have to take any more math or science classes. So a very big change, to say the least, but God had that in mind too. He gave me several amazing professors along the very beginning of that journey that really ignited my love for the subject and ignited a deeper connection also between my faith and the ongoing environmental crises that we see around the world. So one of the most important things that a professor shared with me really early on was the story of Genesis and the creation story at the beginning of that. So in the beginning, we see God creating all of these different things. He creates the heavens and the earth. He creates the water, and he has fish in the water, and there's birds in the sky. All of the land animals are created. And after each thing, he says that each one is good, which is awesome and true, and it is good. And then I think a lot of the time I interpreted the following as God created the humans, and the humans were very good because the humans were made in the likeness of God. But when we go back and we read that passage, it's actually saying that God looked at everything he created existing in unity and harmony and peace with one another, and that was very good. I would say that the world that we see today has fallen far away from that image of what God originally intended and the beautiful picture of creation that He originally painted for us. My hope for the students around me, for my friends and family around me, and for the church as a whole is that we would find that responsibility again in our Christian calling to set the world back to where God originally intended it and the beauty that He originally had planned for the earth.